So why are you and other Republicans doing this?
Well, I want to be clear and correct your characterization. I'm not attacking his service. I served in the National Guard for 22 out of my 27 years, and I know plenty of guardsmen and reservists who served. Maybe they went to combat, maybe they didn't. They retired at a certain rank. Good on them, and I celebrate them. He said he's proud of that service. If he's so damn proud about it, why does he have to continue to embellish it and to lie about it? Because the facts are clear. He was promoted to sergeant major, but he didn't do the things necessary to retire at that rank and was demoted. And yet there is ample, hundreds of incidences where he is describing himself as a retired command sergeant major.
Coach to the state champs. Teacher of the year. Command sergeant major. Retiring 4 years late after a tour supporting the war in Afghanistan.
I'm Tim Walz, and I approve this message.
And I have to tell you, as a member of Congress and as a veteran and a retired sergeant major and a citizen, I'm ashamed that you have to come here today. That the idea that you would have to come here and ask this Congress to do the right thing for your son is absolutely appalling.
Hi, my name is Tim Walz, and I'm running for Congress here in southern Minnesota. I am a retired command sergeant major in the Minnesota National Guard.
Good morning. I'm Tim Walz, and I'm running for Congress in Minnesota's 1st Congressional District. I'm a retired command sergeant major. I spent 24 years in the Army National Guard.
As a 24-year veteran of the National Guard and the Red Bull Division and a retired command sergeant major, I'm especially proud of you.
By being elected from this district and being a retired command sergeant major, I am the highest ranking enlisted soldier to ever serve in Congress since the beginning of this nation. When the veterans of foreign wars testified in front of Congress, afterwards the commander came up to me and he said, it's about damn time that Congress got a sergeant major.
Now we'll hear from Command Sergeant Major Tim Walz. I want him to know how much we all appreciate his service to our country, whether it's in the classroom or on the battlefield.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to the leadership here. Thank you to my brother in arms, Patrick Murphy, who is also my roommate. And I'd like to say a special thank you to Chairman Lantos, who an awful lot of wisdom. And as we were speaking about the idea of a resolution,
Congressman Tim Walz, also a member of the Armed Services Committee and Veterans Affairs, Democrat of Minnesota, highest ranking enlisted soldier ever to serve in Congress, enlisted in the Army National Guard at 17 and retired 24 years later as Command Sergeant Major and served with his battalion at Operating Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan.
I'm retired sergeant major in the Army National Guard. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states, and we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.